Pixel with Fogged, and we're getting ready to bring you some more action here from Group A at DAC, where we have got now Keen Gaming versus Newbee. The draft has begun, so we'll be able to pop you guys straight into the picks of mans as we have a look at what's coming up on your screens. Keen Gaming so far banning out the Dark Willow, Nargasiren and Razor, and Newbee banning out the Elder Titan, Death Prophet and Tiny. So nothing too surprising really with these first bans.
Yeah, maybe just
a little interesting the Dark Willow being prioritized against Newbee.
I mean, I think that hero should be banned. Probably.
Yeah.
We've been seeing that hero just on the rise, and I
yeah,
think Newbee's bans make sense, especially the way that Keen's been playing. I mean, they've been playing like Death Prophet majority of their games. Like 2 out of the 5 that they've played, they've had the DP. It's been banned or picked against them as well. So we'll see if Keen's gonna actually be able to take Newbee, because they're not looking good. They're really struggling versus majority of these teams like Vici, LGD, TNC, Liquid. They lost to all those, and they only beat OG. And that was like the opening matchup, right? Versus the first two mag.
Very first game.
So yeah, they really need to bounce back though, and I think they're already 1-4, so they need to win the next 2 games to even have a chance of making it through.
Yeah, I think they do. Otherwise, yeah, they will be sat pretty much at the bottom of their group. We'll see if they can pull it up against Newbee. So obviously, we've seen Newbee have struggled in some of the matchups, but
yeah.
At least as of today, they've already played 2 games today, Newbee?
No, everyone only plays 2 games a day.
Oh yeah, but they won their last game yesterday, so
yeah, and that was the long one.
2 wins now.
That was the long hour one with a pretty good comeback from Newbee. So I think they're starting to get back into a slight groove of things. But I think for me, I like when they save SCCC's hero to last. I think that's always when I've liked Newbee the most, is when they can actually just pick him a hero that can control the whole game. Like that last pick Ember in the last series that they played. Oh, they picked Omni into the Rubik.
Well, I was going to say the Rubik pick there first up was probably planned to be a bit of a deterrent to try and stop Keen Gaming from going for these picks, or as we know as well, if they do pick it, saying, well, we're going to have that sort of advantage against it, and they pick the Omni into it. So
yeah,
that's put off by the Rubik. They still go for it.
It's a bit intriguing that they really would just open with the Omni. But I mean, now at least the Rubik's going to have some good spells to steal, and Faith looked very comfortable on the Rubik in the last game, getting very nice steals from the Dark Willow.
Ooh, that's an early Luna. I mean, I guess you've seen their carry, so you said we'll pick ours as well this early stage, but that's a second pick Luna. We don't see that every day.
I like it a lot versus the Omni Knight though, because you're not just relying on right clicks versus Guardian Angel. You have your ulti. Eclipse is always going to be good versus Omni Knight, and Luna Rubik. This is a pretty strong dual lane. No matter what they're going to be put up against, the offlaner is going to struggle. So if it's like an Omni Knight who's left alone, you can't really get a whole lot because of that Lunar Blessing. And I've actually really been liking Luna lately.
We're seeing more of it recently, aren't we? Some teams really taking the likes of it. One of them obviously being Optic as well. Pycat's been running the Luna a lot.
And EG.
It's getting up.
Both NA teams have been running it a lot. I actually do. I think this hero is on the up and up, especially with the nerfs to Gyrocopter that have been coming out, and we've just been seeing the team struggle a little bit.
What are sort of the downside? Like, how come it isn't sort of up there on the same tiers like the Gyros and the Terrorblade? Or at least it hasn't been for the last few months. It's sort of been less favored.
You're squishy.
Yeah.
You need to be ahead, and your ulti isn't as fast, right? You're a little bit of a slower pace hero if you want to be fighting with your Eclipse, because Gyrocopter cooldown is super low cooldown, 45 seconds or whatever. Eclipse much longer in that sense, but you need to be ahead on this Luna. But like I said, I've been seeing this hero heavily on the rise.
Well, the bounce from Keen Gaming. The Underlord taken away from KP. One of certainly KP's comfort picks when it comes to the offlane hero pool.
Yeah, Newbee likes their group up with that hero. I mean, Kyle, I think, was the one who was saying it on the panel, was Newbee, they have set in stone drafts that they like to play around.
And Nyx Assassin actually banned out as well. So I guess we have seen what the Kaka Nyx feels like a couple of times at least.
Yeah, I guess maybe they want something like an OD. The Nyx ban is definitely curious for me, because Nyx Rubik, it's pretty weak, and yeah, they banned the OD. I think they definitely wanted it. I mean, when you have Omni Knight too, like the Omni OD combo, I think whenever you see a Nyx banned, you want one of those big int cores. So Keen.
Let's see what they take here to add to their Omni Gyro matchup, as you say. Maybe these other sort of cores that can really benefit from having the Omni group up and go with them.
I think they want to pick a support here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they've already opened with 2 of their cores. I don't think they want to have all 3 cores right off the bat. So, I mean, something just standard, maybe just so Witch Doctor. could work. Apparently they thought, okay, they ran an IO in one of their games, but it will just be Tusk.
Okay, they've got that Tusk Gyro. Very, very strong.
Actually, I'm going to check. What's Tusk's win rate? I actually think this hero's been heavily losing in this tournament. I'm going to find out.
We'll see what Newbee does. Back towards them, and they will take themselves the Kakasanki.
More magic damage, and it just, again, Newbee likes to play their comfort style. And Sanking's still a super good hero, even though it got like that slight nerf.
Yeah, so maybe, I mean, could you see why they would ban the Nyx Assassin over the Sanking? Because wouldn't you feel that Newbee would have probably rather had the Sanking out of the two anyway?
I think they wanted the OD. I think that's why.
Oh, okay.
Like they had to pick out of the draft, so.
And they just assumed that Newbee wouldn't ban it, but
yeah.
As you said, yeah, Newbee reading them a little bit better. And Keen Gaming actually picking up the Jakiro. So this hero, I believe, we've seen at least once in the groups. Well, Secret played it the other day. They did lose with it.
Yeah, and they pick it into Rubik too. That's like Rubik's got Omni Knight spells. Rubik's got Jakiro spells. Those are very easy to steal. And I mean, Jakiro has not been looking too hot.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, we saw him the once. Kind of before that, it feels like quite a while since we've seen really anyone dabble with the Jakiro. Not a favoured hero pick, but they're going to go with it nonetheless, Keen Gaming. So their support combo, the Tusk Jakiro. Back to Newbee, still looking for those second two cores. So there is also that versatility to switch the Sanking into KP's role if they so wish.
Yeah, it's a bit of that flex pick. I mean, I think it's more than likely Kaka's,
yeah.
but
yeah, you would
we'll
imagine. Let's see what they want to get. So probably going to be KP's hero here if they do indeed want to save SCCCs for last.
So Tusk has a 23% win rate across 17 matches so far.
That's not bad. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's real low.
That is pretty.
Gyro as well. Gyro has a 26% win rate in 15 games.
Who's got the best win rate with sort of a decent number of games under them?
Best win rate with a high number is, I mean, Nature's Prophet has 80%.
I'm seeing the Viper one. That sticks out to me. The 7 games, Viper 71%.
Yep, there it is. A Viper.
Hey, wow, there we go. That's the one with a good win rate. Hey, Newbee's looking at these stats as well. All right, so yeah, so 7 games, 71% win rate.
They lack damage heavily on Keen right now. It's pretty much all coming from Gyro and Viper. Very tanky hero.
Okay.
Also benefits, enables the rest of the heroes on Newbee too, because now they have the Nether Toxin later on with Rubik Nullfield. They have a lot of magic damage getting thrown in there.
True, yeah,
they can amp it up.
A lot of ways to work with that. And interesting, so they do leave, KP's hero, by the looks of it, to last, picking up SCCCs now.
We don't know exactly. I mean, like you said, it could be that Sanking still.
Turn to ban.
And they'll ban out the KP bat. Keen Gaming back to Newbee, looking to still ban out the mid laner for Keen Gaming. Old Chicken's hero, as we would expect.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what he would actually play here in this matchup.
Let's have a look.
Because most of his stuff's banned. I mean, maybe he could just go for something like that standard, like Dragon Knight, right? But there's so much magic damage already on Newbee, so I don't really think that's an option. And the Viper, the matchup we've been seeing, actually, we were talking a lot to players.
Surely KP just picks Brewmaster here.
KP? Yeah. Brew looks great for his Omni.
Just take the Brewmaster. I think
he's got a good lane for it too.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is they don't have a way to bully. Their safe lane is pretty. It's not. I mean, Jakiro just makes it. It's weird because dual breath is good, but Abaddon actually is incredibly good for stepping able to.
Couldn't Keen Gaming go for an Old Chicken Brew mid against the Viper? We've seen it be a way of dealing with that matchup before. Maybe a question if Old Chicken can do so. He can play it.
Maybe. I think I like.
5 seconds
I think I like something like Razor.
I mean, they banned out the Monkey King, so I guess they were assuming that the Keen Gaming may take the Gyro mid and look to put another hero in the safe lane. Because I don't think they would have been expecting. Yeah, they weren't banning out the Monkey King, thinking that they would try and put the Monkey King mid against the Viper, as that seems pretty suicidal. So
yeah,
I think
that's a good point.
Newbee are reading this as Keen Gaming putting the Gyro mid, which, as we've seen, is something that teams will do.
I don't see too great of options. Like I was saying, like the DK versus the Viper, the matchup it's actually fairly even now. I think teams have actually been saying that DK is actually the winner in the 1v1. I was talking to a couple like the players at breakfast and stuff. It's been winning actually versus the Viper a lot of the times. But in the grand scheme of things, Nether Toxin makes that hero a lot squishier, and there's so much magic damage already on Newbee that I don't think that's viable. But
I guess it depends on the team around you.
I don't really know what other options. Like Keen's played Dragon Knight, they played some Razor. They don't have. I mean, they haven't done. There's not much to go off of. If not, maybe they go for something like. Do they even want something like Shadow Fiend? No. I'm not too sure what they can actually pick up here for a good matchup. Okay.
Okay. I mean, that works out.
There's a lot of
and it is old chicken on the gyro, so I wonder if. I mean, it depends. We've seen both of old chicken and MS. Sorry, not old chicken MS. Old chicken and Dark play the mid and the side lanes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like there's not really a lot of options, but again, they drafted a 4 protect 1 here.
Actually, because wasn't it before? Wasn't Dark playing the off lane?
He was
and
playing
MS
off
the
lane.
safe lane.
So I think maybe they're running.
switching
I think that maybe they're running an aggro.
You think that's what they're doing?
I think
That's why they're
might
switching up. Because we saw. I don't remember seeing MS play Razor in one of the games yesterday. So they're switching it around a little bit. We'll see what lanes they do or go to.
I think they want the Omni versus the Abaddon, and they want to match like Try versus Try somehow.
And they will put old chicken on the mid gyro.
I think so. That's what I believe so.
Which we've seen done a few times against Viper, haven't we? Oh no, they've swapped it around. Okay,
swapped?
there we go.
Okay.
They're messing it. Well, now old chicken.
No, but now old chicken's Omni. And now
they've swapped it around again.
There we go.
That's what I think. That's what we expected. Put old chicken to be playing. No, now they've swapped it. Okay. Gyro to be played by MS, Dark to play in the Omni Knight, and the mid. That's what you expect from these three.
They probably were contemplating though.
Sure.
They probably were deciding.
Like,
it's like we could run this.
Oh, and they've changed again.
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, they're just trolling at this point, right?
Come on, lads. I mean, old chicken's not staying on the Omni Knight. That's one thing that I think we can be sure about. Out of these three, surely old chicken's not going to be playing the Omni. I mean, mate, you never know.
I mean, well, dude, we'll see.
Let's see. I mean, surely.
So they're running.
No, they're swapped again.
They're swapped again. They're running It's a 4 protect 1
no,
gyrocopter.
they haven't swapped again.
Versus a Viper. This is a bit scary for Gyro.
He is playing the Omni. It's an old.
No, he swapped, didn't he?
He did not swap. He did not swap. Old Chicken is playing the Omni Knight.
And it's okay. So Pugna mid versus Viper, and they are running aggro tri lane though. It looks like at least. That's what I would imagine.
No, I think.
They're running an aggro. They definitely putting. They want the Omni versus. They want Omni versus Abba, and they want to match up the tri lane because otherwise Omni gets nothing top.
Because as we said, Dark has been playing the off lane, so now he is playing the mid lane. So they are switching things up. I mean, as we've seen, it's not really working. They're trying something different, but they've walked into this straight away with a 2-man burrow strike. Yuna will fall as Newbee find themselves first, but Kaka kind of trapped down here. Will be able to cut his way around the tree line, trying to get out of this. Moogie getting low. He's trying to mount up with the right click. They come in with the burrow strike. They've lost Moogie, but Newbee have claimed a second. Still though, MS and Dark looking towards SCCC and Faith, and they don't have quite enough control. It's a 2-for-2 trade-off.
And Faith got first blood.
They did, yeah. Newbee managed to get the first kill in that engagement. But yeah, so a switch up. Was
any regen expended, by the way? No. What about on the side of Newbee?
Tangos.
No, no one used any regen whatsoever.
No. Kaka did cut through a tree, though. Did he not pop a Tango?
Oh, maybe he did.
I think
you're right. He popped one Tango. You're right. You are right.
There we go. And I think Faith has just popped one as well himself.
So like we were talking about, they want to get the Omni versus Abba. So that is why they're setting this up as a aggro. And Newbee will claim 3 bounty runes. KP was able to actually get that one versus the Omni Knight bottom.
No, wait, he pulled the Tangos versus... I don't know. There was Tangos going somewhere. Someone cut a tree down.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, who cares? But I'm interested to see how this works. I always like this, you know. When a team is struggling, they try something different. They're trying it. See how it goes.
Yeah. I'm not really going to look too much at the 1v1 matchup. This one is kind of trade farm. It can go both ways. I've actually seen different players say that it's the Omni Knight favorite and other players say it's the Abba favorite. So they're already pulling the creep wave as well, so it's going to be a little bit messed up off the bat. And the top lane's going to be the fun lane anyway, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially with Faith and Kaka, they're looking to have that sort of chain lockdown.
So MS has Flak level 1 because of the level 1 fight. So they're going to push the lane in heavily with the dual breath as well as that right off the bat. So it's level 2 already on Jakiro.
Yeah. Coming in with some harassment here onto Kaka. Kaka does have a burrow. In fact, he's going to burrow himself short. He can't get himself quite out of the shards.
Oh, but
they
Yuna
do manage to get the grab onto Yuna. Drag Yuna underneath the tower. It's a 1-for-1.
All right.
As both heroes trade their lives away.
Lane, Dark, already 6 and 3 last hits to the 2 and 2 of Viper. Having that, extra base damage and decrep is always going to at least have you be a bit ahead of the Viper in last hits.
And doing a good job putting the pressure onto Moogie here, top. Telekinesis does come in, bring him close with the power strike. Moogie going for it with the right click. MS pops the stick charges. Moogie himself getting very low. Sure, he'll kill the gyro, but it'll cost them the life of the Luna again. Just trading heroes, apart for part, support for support, a core for a core.
Like we said, the fun lane.
Pretty chaotic indeed between these 6 heroes.
Old Chicken doing excellent down bottom.
Certainly does have the edge here.
Yeah, he's in the safe lane, and I mean Omni.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'd say it's like a 55-45, maybe a 60-40, but I've seen Abbas win the matchup, like I was mentioning. So Old Chicken doing really well. So 2 other lanes are going very well, and top lane is just full out battle. Moogie is trapped actually with the inside of these shards with the trees.
Yeah. With the snowball. And very low, Moogie trying to turn, but indeed with Destiny breathing down his neck with the fire.
And
pushes the Luna back.
Look at that, a bottle picked up on by the Jakiro early on to be able to try to sustain up in this top lane. And in this, when you're having try versus tries, it's always value. Wands are your friends. Always have sticks and wands. You see everybody kind of sitting on like 9 stick charge, at least for Kaka. Faith really wants to be able to get that as well.
Yeah, they've got to make a long walk back to base, the 2 supports of Newbee, as it seems as King Gaming with the pressure, and now able to get some damage onto this tower. Moogie left all on his own for the time being, and they know they're hunting for him. He went for that Lucent Beam, but that gave the vision for the homing missile to come through. Won't go for any other follow-up, just trying to keep Moogie at a distance.
They have no regen right now, so Kaka has 3 tangos, and Faith will purchase some more before they go back up top, because Moogie has none whatsoever at the moment. Keen, looking pretty good at the start of the game.
Yuna's trying to get in, but Faith has TP'd back, so Yuna has to be a bit careful. Backs himself away with Destiny by his side.
And mid, SCCC has been able to push the Pugna actually back to base, so he's heavily caught back up on that Viper. Now top, Kaka.
He does get the room, but it is going to cost him his life. He did come in with the 3 of them. Cut down the Sand King.
Oh, a regen rune top. Destiny's real happy here. Bottled, refilled.
Bottom lane starting to even out now between Old Chicken and KP.
Old Chicken has more, it's the sustain in the mana cost at least, because shield is pretty expensive. Now top again.
They try and go on Yuna, but Yuna's ready to turn. He's got the back of a Destiny and MS. They move towards Moogie. Moogie will be able to get the kill on Tusk with the Lucent Beam. The flag cannon brings Moogie down pretty low, not quite enough to kill him off, so this time Newbee will take a kill without losing any lives themselves.
And they're trying to, Keen was trying to take advantage of the fact that the Sand King's not there, because Kaka actually rotated mid to put down that ward for the nighttime to be able to have the Viper hit uphill and see whenever those blasts are coming.
Yeah, and
now look at this Yuna.
So what they can do if they can catch out SCCC, who is now starting to hold his lead against the Pugna.
Yuna just refilled Dark's bottle, and this might catch SCC off guard. He's got a Fairy Fire and Wand charges, but
it's pretty low. Snowball comes in and the quick blast. No chance for SCCC to stand alive against that.
Yuna's Tusk is the one that he's been very active on when I've been seeing them play it. Even though they haven't been doing that great, when he's been playing these like Sand Kings and Tusks, he's very willing to make movement around the map constantly.
I see down bottom, Old Chicken trying to give KB a bit of a rundown. He's bringing him down pretty low.
Yeah, he's got the 3 points in the degen.
He's going to continue to try and chase, but it's like KP will be able to break himself to the distance. But there's backup in for King Gaming as Yuna and Dark turn up for a bit of the action. Old Chicken makes sure that he still gets the kill with the Purification.
It's funny when they have like, you have degen versus Curse of Avernus, because you saw he gets like the 1 value hit from the curse. He's actually able to outrange the Omni, but yeah, like you said, the support comes in. And Keen taking a 1k gold lead. 1k experience lead as well early on.
Mookie. A bit of trouble up top. They've got the chase coming in.
Uh-oh.
That homing missile, the damage from Destiny is it enough to bring him down. He's trying to get himself back underneath the tower, but the flat cannon is there from MS. They get themselves the pick off onto Moogie. Mid lane, Dark, putting some heavy pressure onto SCCC with his double damage rune. Yuna's coming in as well. They're trying to chase down this Viper, and with 1 more Decrepit fight.
He's got a raindrop.
Ooh, he does. Can they get that final bit of damage from the life drain? They can't. Burst Strike comes through. Maybe with the snowball they can. They do. They get the kill. The question is if whether they can get out though. Dark, he's trying to go for the self-decrepify, but Faith and Kaka are there with the Burrow Strike and will be able to punish Dark for going for that kill.
Good aggressive moves though coming out from them. The rotations like we're mentioning, Yuna on the Tusk. very aggressive. And because of this, the supports are kind of having to keep rotating on the side of Newbee, which is leaving Mugi alone top versus a Gyro Jakiro. Jakiro dishes out a fair amount of damage when you've got levels. That dual breath still does kind of hurt, so these lanes working out for Keen at the moment.
Getting some good pressure on indeed. TP back up to the top lane this time from Dark as the Pugner looks to join forces with the teammates. See if they can finish off this tower, maybe even get some kills out of it as well if Newbee do come too far forward.
Newbee has a sentry ward just out of range of clipping that opt behind the tower. It's actually like right on the edge.
Coming in with the blast, Dark will reveal themselves. They get the tower. See if they can try and chase for more. Homing missile onto Faith as MS and Dark close the gap onto the Rubik with the Decrepify rocket barrage damage. They'll claim the life of Rubik.
Looks like Destiny though will go down.
Dark's chasing. See if he can close the gap with the Decrepify. He's got Yuna here as well. Mugi and Kaka. They may have killed off the Jakiro, but it's putting their Luna's life in a bit of a risky place. The shards will come out from Yuna. Block them off through infused raindrop.
The raindrop and
wand. I think it's going to be enough to save him. He's a little too speedy with those brown boots. And just gets himself out alive, Mugi.
Having both that wand, the heavy stacked up wand charges plus that raindrop, just enough. But they lost their tier 1 already. And that's 10 kills already for Keen. And look at this, they're making these rotations right away.
Now Chicken giving the vision here with his invis rune. See if they can find a target to dive in upon. SCCC keeping pretty far back at the moment. Faith will show up around the
shards
stairs.
too.
They do get the block on him. But it's going to go straight for the TP out, and he will make it in time.
Now they know that this Omni Knight's invis too. SCC just ran into him. But this mid tower, it's dead already. So 2 early towers for Keen.
Getting a lot of pressure done with this Jakiro.
Yeah, and I mean, they're playing ahead now versus a Luna, so this is always going to be a good feeling. Luna really wants to play ahead in net worth in majority of games. Has Eclipse ready now. But look at this Keen, continuing the aggression, moving Old Chicken up top. KP gets some space bottom though.
See what they can get done here. Bottom, Yuna. Getting dove upon by KP.
You just TP down here too. The shards actually do block the Abaddon away at the top.
Call down onto Kaku with the repel on MS. There's very little ways that Newbee can hold him back, but there's not enough damage.
Oh, the Eclipse though.
And here we go. Mookie look for the turnaround, able to take the Jakiro down, and also the Gyro will fall. Caught underneath the tower. Diving in just a little bit too far there, Keen Gaming.
Yeah, that was, I mean, way too aggressive for just a Sand King, right? When you're going past a tier 2 this early, it's not even 10 minutes in.
Well, they did have the lead, King, they do still, but it's they're letting it slip away with those sort of plays.
Those are costly deaths too when you're ahead. End up giving a lot back to Newbee. So now they do have Faith is level 6, so he's going to be able to steal Purification at all times. It's going to really help them to be able to protect Mugi. The Old Chicken doesn't want to let him keep that Purification.
He's chasing. Telekinesis to try and track back the Omni Knight, but there's Dark with a wraparound. Fine Faith. Drums now complete for Old Chicken.
KP's been getting a lot of space though from this. Since Old Chicken's just been kind of running around the map and putting pressure on elsewhere, he can pretty much kill this tower now. And Yuna being chased out. Old Chicken will start to TP in. Kaka wants to secure the tower. Catapult will do so.
See if you can get Kaka. Playing around with this, Kaka does have the backup of KP. Photic shields upon him. He's got the Sandstorm.
They're rotating.
For these two to find him.
Newbee's trying to get some kills out of this here. Viper's moving down.
I think they'll realize here with whether they're aggressively running in, but the question is if they can actually get themselves out of it. Yuna get himself with the snowball, but he has been surrounded.
Top tower's getting threatened though. The Pugna and Jakiro. You see the 3 points in Liquid Fire. So that's their focus pretty much with this Jakiro pick. He's wanting to get all these early towers.
TPs are coming in though. They've got to get out of here. Keen Gaming, they back themselves away. Kaka turning for the target. Cooldown comes in from MS. In fact, he's the one that wants to try and turn up to this fight. They're trying to get the Jakiro out of there. He's ticking down incredibly low. Will he make it? Dark is surrounded. Looks to try for the TP, but the Viper Strike damage from SCCC is enough.
He wants to try.
He can't quite get close enough there because of the homing missile stun, holding back SCCC. Maybe they've lost one. Kaka trying to run himself away. He's already used the Burrow Strike. Quick Purification and a Hammer Slap from Old Chicken finishes off the job.
Old Chicken's having a very good game with these phase drums, just being able to run at people constantly. Now KP
does not have borrowed time. Still on cooldown for 30 seconds or so, and that will mean he's out. Mugi TP's in, but
the Eclipse.
is it going to be enough? He's looking for MS, but MS keeps his distance. Now Old Chicken's just going to run down Mugi. He's going in. There's no sort of saving for Mugi, and this Omni Knight is just running down heroes at this stage. Old Chicken got the lead. He's top net worth, and he's causing a lot of issues for Newbee.
Yeah, Faith was bottom pushing out the wave as the Rubik and did not have TP available. It was on cooldown, so couldn't actually go top to be able to help out his cores. 15 to 12. Very back and forth, though. The net worth is just minimally in the lead for Keen because of the distribution. Their supports aren't very farmed, while you look at Newbee's. The Rubik and the Sanking are about 1,000 gold each ahead of their opposing. Look how Keen's been positioning themselves, though. They take this top tower, they get an aggressive ward down, and they're not slowing down. They want to keep this pressure top because they know Luna has to catch up somehow. So Newbee's going to have to fight without the Luna for a while.
Let's see what they can get up here. They should be able to finish off the tower. At least here, King Gaming. And they do so. Another tier 2 taken.
They're going to wrap behind mid here. I think Newbee should be very aware of this. They even have a ward being able to watch the rotation from Keen. And they will start to make their way away. But Keen's still smoked. They're probably just going to look for this tier 2 mid now. Newbee, they have to mount the defense. Mugi, though, does not want to fight still. He needs to catch up on this Luna. Being behind his Luna, mentioned it over and over again. This hero does not want to be behind.
That's what he can do to try and hold mid.
How's Kaka doing? Blink. Not quite there yet either.
It's the slow but steady blast from Dark.
Faith actually having ice shards right now at the moment is very useful for them to stop this, to slow down this push a decent amount. He's actually now lost the spell, but he actually gets Pugna Blast, which is even better. So you see, they're just trying to stall as best as possible, while you see bottom, the Luna is just trying to get as much off the map as she can. Faith a bit afraid to walk up and nuke the wave. And they actually take the tier 2 bottom beforehand, and they actually give the last hit to Kaka too, who's now 200 gold from Blink Dagger. That'll give him a real way to start the fights, and Newbee, they get the deny.
They're going to try and go in onto KP here, cooldown. That's where CCC keeps the Viper backing out of it. KP tries the TP out of the borrowed time, but the Ice Pass there to hold him back. The Morphotic Shield will not be enough to save the Abaddon. Keen Gaming tower and a kill. But as you say, a lot of space for the Sand King, and we'll see what he can do off the back of what will be a decently timed Blink Dagger at this rate.
They've been stacking a lot as well, as you see in this bottom area, for Mugi to catch up.
With the Mask of Madness, you can certainly do that. Into the jungle he goes. Smoke up Newbee, wanting to try and find a pick off with SCCC.
Oh, Faith actually had the repel there. Did he? I guess he self-repelled, trying to protect himself. Maybe he could have helped KP, but either way, Newbee, they're moving forward now. Yuna.
Around Yuna, but Yuna does have quite a fair few around with him. It looks like King Gaming don't want to try and fight this though. They are straight away out of that. Maybe more interested in just trying to finish off these next big items before they go in. Get that Aghanims on the Jara. They do have Hood of Defiance now on Old Chicken, so alongside that Drums, this is a pretty beefy Omni Knight.
They want to try something for Mugi here, it looks like, but it's going to be very hard to kill to catch up to.
See what they can get it. Their eyes towards KP, but he's up to the high ground. They are trying to push him to the tier 1.
Yeah, I think Keen's going to go bottom. This is the last set of towers for them, and they don't want Newbee to just be able to catch up like this. But Newbee, they've got the Blink Dagger on Kaka. This is where they could look to try to take an engagement. Mugi is farming those Ancients at the moment now too, with the Mask of Madness and almost a Dragon Lance. Level 12 now too, so that level 2 Eclipse much stronger with 8 beams. Looks like this tier 1 will inevitably die. And SCC top, he's alone.
He does get the tower.
Oh, he's turning onto MS. MS?
He gets the
Is he gonna get both?
Oh my goodness!
The ice path doesn't hit him.
He actually is. SCCC. Get it there.
No, he's dead. I mean, that's more. That's super well worth it for Newbee. Now Newbee, look at this.
2 kills.
They're ahead in gold now, and Mugi continues to farm. That just happened.
Yeah. Can't underestimate the tankiness of this Viper and the damage that he just spurts out.
That was. I mean, that's a huge mistake there by Keen, because they get the tier 1, but that's so costly, and like we're mentioning, like the Luna just really catching up during this, and pretty good Luna game if she gets that farm. Once she has BKB, it's going to be really hard to bring her down. Their physical damage is very limited.
Mid lane. Kaka does have a epicenter ready to go. Still looking for an opportunity to use it there. Hasn't quite been able to find that.
Oh, KP found an Alpha Wolf. Maybe he can just stick the Alpha Wolf on top of Mugi now to just make him farm even faster. Could be the move, but for now he's going to keep it with himself.
And Mugi just racing towards the BKB after that mask.
Yeah, I mean, he needs it. I think he wants to be able to fight with his team, just because I think they know that Keen, they want to be, they're kind of on like a pushing window, because they're running a 4 Protect 1, but they're really forcing all the towers. MS, 200 gold from Ags Gyro. And a pipe now finished for Omni.
Yeah, still good arm time. I mean, all 3 of their cores, Keen Gaming, are looking equally as rich, pretty much.
I mean, Old Chicken's been having an excellent game.
Yeah.
Like 305, been running around the map, making the space. And with this pipe, great pickup here versus the Sanking as well as Eclipse.
I mean, as you said, he had a decent lane to start off with, and he's certainly been making the right plays after that.
But Newbee, they've slowed the pace down, and this is where their lineup excels. They're not running a 4 Protect 1 like Keen is. They've got this Abaddon who's farming. They've got the Viper who's catching back up too.
We'll see if they get a little bit more active now. Keen, they do have Aghanims complete and out on the Gyro. And as you say, maybe we'll feel a bit of pressure to start getting some more objectives. It's this sort of passive time. It's certainly allowing Mugi to excel in his farm.
Mid lane, KP, pretty far up here, Faith.
Just going to be a little bit off there with the shards from Unit. Still, they are going to try and at least get the borrowed time out, and they do. KP immediately pops it, keeps his distance.
I mean, Keen reacted with all 5 heroes, and the thing is, like I was going to say that they can try to go in the Roche pit, but their Roche isn't really the fastest.
No. They've got Chicken on the front lines tanking it.
Yeah, at least they're going to be sustained. There's the one thing, but without a medallion, not that slow, I guess.
Newbee don't have any sort of chance to get in. You've got KP and Faith coming close, but no, they're not heading towards the pit. They're just hanging around mid, so this is going to be a free Roshan for Keen Gaming as MS picks it up.
I'm surprised they actually killed it that fast. I guess with the Ags Gyro and just the sheer amount of magic damage, it is enough.
That was a nice shot. Grabs Faith. No escape. Or maybe there is. SCCC.
A second force step.
They got the force on Faith and the Hurricane Pike on SCCC to get him out. And also a miscoil from KP. Faith is out of there.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He just got the force delivered on the courier as they went on him.
Mugi.
At least, I mean, KG, though, they get the free Roche. I actually was a bit concerned because just you look at their heroes and it's like they don't really have like all that physical, but yeah, they sneak it away from Newbee. Kaka.
Oh, it's a bit of a harsh wake up there for the Sandstorming Sanking. Oh, he's actually in the trees, and he is actually out of there.
Ooh,
again, these sort of kills just escaping Keen Gaming.
Shards did hit him. Look at Mugi now. He's trying to get behind Dark here with the Eclipse. He's trying to get a solo kill play, but not going to find it. BKB about to be done, though, on Mugi now.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling pretty invincible then.
Yeah. And SCCC is, I mean, he's like neck and neck with at least the Pugna and the Omni Knight.
Oh, he's got the Maelstrom queued up next as well on SCCC.
Yeah. Being able to push those waves out.
To Keen Gaming down the mid together. They want to try and do something with this Aegis they have on MS. These high ground pushes aren't going to be easy for them. Maybe great ways of cleaning out the waves
Good SCCC just hitting them from the high ground with that extra attack range. And Newbee is pushing down bottom still, has the BKB at base if he wants to come join the fight, but he is starting to knock on those tier 3s as well.
They've certainly got to address this, and they do. They send back Unit on his Tusk to hold the defense.
Newbee hasn't seen the Tusk just yet. But now Keen will push away.
Yeah, realizing that these sort of pushes when the potential entire lineup of newbies there ready and waiting on a high ground are very hard to do.
I mean,
even with the Aegis.
Moogie's so farmed now at this point, though. They've actually done a very good job of stalling the game out for this Luna.
Yeah, very nice job from Newbee in terms of just slowing down, as you say, a team that's about the 20-minute marker, taking tier 1s and tier 2s. And, well, they'll throw down the Eclipse for that as they catch out Destiny.
Moogie will keep you away. So with the pace of the game, they're like, okay, look, Eclipse for a kill, doesn't matter. They're stalling out more and more for this Luna to take over.
What do you think about that that build on the Pugner as well, getting the early boots of travel this game? Oh, he's speedy.
Guess he wanted to just be able to stop in case of any of that, like the rat is coming out from Moogie, but does limit him. Does limit him a bit, for sure.
I mean, I guess he's doing it right in the gold. It's, you know,
Yeah,
dark.
he's
He's pretty farmed, so he has that luxury of sort of going for these things. But sometimes, and that 2k gold could be spent better elsewhere. But see if it pays off.
It's very early for boots to travel. But I guess they are concerned about all this split pushing that Newbee's been doing. I mean, look at Kaka now bottom, cutting the creep wave, even from when they're pushing the tier 2. Newbee just wants to stall this one out.
Kepi just getting himself the heck out of there. Still pretty tanky though, even if they do get their hands on him with that helm and pipe.
Has he queued anything else? No, hasn't queued anything else in on the Abba. Just the helm and the pipe. Took the movement speed talent to this game instead of the experience game. I actually think I've been seeing him doing that more, or like I think I've been seeing a lot more movement speed in the experience lately. Not like we see a crazy amount of the battle, but Keen. Looking to try to make a move here while they still have the Aegis, but it's going to be going down in about 30 seconds, and instantly you see Newbee pushing out the mid lane, push out the bottom lane. Even if it's with the supports, they're just trying to make sure those side lanes are pushed in at all times.
Right. Does get gone a pump, but turns with the instant cast of the Ice Path. Or stuffs himself down to low ground. The Ice Path of Destiny will not quite catch him. Dark does find him with the Decrepify, goes for the life drain, but the backup's there for Fate.
Moogie's here.
As they're ready to turn things around, move in straight away on top of Dark. And that will be the end of the life of Pugner.
SCC throwing out the Viper Strike, even though he was like totally dead anyway. And now Aegis is reclaimed.
It's gone.
And Kaka just continuing to shove that bottom lane in. They found a big pick off there on that Pugnan. 3k gold lead now for Newbee. Also like an 8k experience lead because of the way that they're playing split around the map. Keen, they're playing a lot more together and trying to force these towers, while Newbee just, they're okay with this. They're just like, all right, we're just going to keep the split push until we outscale you guys. Yeah,
they've been pretty much playing entirely together. And it's, I think, as you say, you know, the fact that we've got this Sankin Kaka he's not looking for the fights because he knows, the team knows that if they can just keep playing as this, it's going to be very hard for Keen Gaming really to use that good start that they had to the game to actually be able to close the game out. Yeah. Newbee can keep this going and get to the point where Moogie is just going to be absolutely massive in these team fights. And sure, you know, King Gaming, they do have a gyrocopter, but at the moment he's struggling to keep on pace with the farm of Moogie.
And as we've been mentioning too, it's just the gyrocopter because your Pugna starts to fall off a bit unless you're like really crushing the game. And the same thing with this Omni Knight. Like, you can get items that will make you scale a little bit, but in comparison to a Viper, Luna, Abba, you're not going to outscale those in the late game unless you are very far ahead, and they're already starting to fall behind. Moogie Ray level 20 now. Has the butterfly queued up. And you see KP is actually playing more of the supportish Abba role, going pipe and then also going for Crimson Guard, just going to negate a lot of that gyrocopter's damage when he does get that. Kaka on a warding expedition, gets one in the base. just continuing to split push the map.
Yeah, sort of babysit Mugi as well in case they do go on him, but Keen Gaming are still settled around that mid to top lane area of the map. Trying to keep those 2 lanes covered whilst Newbee keeps some heavy focus on this bottom lane. With now 3 members down here.
For Keen, they have to like try to get some kind of pickoffs here with Newbee playing so split up. Now, they, of course, like Newbee has 3 bottom, but when they're just playing like 1 by 1 by 1 in these side lanes, they have to be making moves because they're just getting out farmed heavily. I mean, sure, it's only 4K, but the experience is really starting to add up. Kaka.
He wants to go for that kill, but he's actually whiffed it.
And now from behind.
He's got to get himself out, Kaka. TP's away immediately. Mugi is actually going to get caught out by the snowball. Pops the BKB in Eclipse, but immediately GA comes out. They surround Mugi. Wants to try and bring down MS on the gyro, but he can't quite get it. And a bit of an absolute shambles there from Newbee.
I mean, Kaka actually just missed the burrow.
He missed the stun.
Because they had the ward vision, too. They have the ward there to see that Pugna there, but...
I mean, they were probably both dead there on Newbee, but at least they would have killed the Pugna. But they didn't. They messed up.
But Keen, exactly what I was saying. They have to take advantage of when Newbee's been constantly splitting up, and there they actually do it.
Oh, dear. I mean, hey, maybe that extra little movement speed from the boots of travel.
Yeah.
Caught him off guard.
Just maybe.
Just zoomed out the way.
I mean, they're going to threaten high ground now. Luna dead for 30, no Eclipse when she does respawn. Newbee now on the back foot.
They've got to tighten up a little bit. They've got the cooldown onto SCCC, and straight away Una jumps in with a punch, looking to try and finish off the Viper. BKB comes out from MS. He's ready to go himself back up the high ground, focusing the Viper. Viper forces himself back. Old Chicken's chasing though. This Somni Knight's going in, but there's too much damage as SCCC turns around, looks towards Old Chicken. He's got to run himself out of it, but he can't make it away. Old Chicken will lose his life. They do get the tier 3 tower.
Faith getting the purification steal there. I think SCCC might have lived anyway, but it was just a little bit to push him over, and the dive being a little too overzealous. They get the tier 3, but now all of Newbee's alive.
A bit of a messy game from both parts here.
Yes, definitely. That Roche is going to be the next one on the menu. 1 minute for that one. Both sides being able to bring it down pretty quickly now. And Gyro has gotten the Maelstrom now, so as we always talk about, if you go the Ags build, the next 2 items, they're really the big damage dealers.
Let's see if they get this tier 2 tower. No Omni Knight. Keen Gaming will be a bit hesitant to come forward to fight. A lot of money on KP. Has got their what's got queued up as the Crimson at the moment.
I'm wondering if maybe if he gets rich enough, he might just go for like the relic.
There's always going to be the temptation, isn't there?
I mean, maybe we'll see what he tries to do. Crimson Guard's also a pretty good pickup versus that gyro, but
absolutely.
If he really wants to just be like, we're gonna just outscale you, then the Radiance can obviously be that better option.
He's being a sensible. He's going for the Crimson.
He's just going to go Crimson.
Yeah, he's playing it smart and safe.
He has the whole thing as well already.
He does.
So.
He's got the money for the whole kit.
They might just be able to just take a fight with that, and that's going to reduce a lot of the damage coming out. But, you know, Gyro did go for the Maelstrom build, so there's going to be that. And you see KP parks the Hellbear Smasher in the pit, so he will scout Roche's up. Now Keen knows it is as well.
See if Keen can go for Keen. Obviously, to get away with this last time.
Mugi can finish up the Butterfly right now if he disassembles the Mask of Madness, so Newbee could look to fight with that.
Keen, they're going into the pit. They're going to go and try for this. Mugi's TPing over.
Does he have the Butterfly? Okay, he hasn't done the disassemble yet, but Keen.
So they've got it outside of the pit.
I mean, there's the Crimson Guard and a pipe.
It's a hard team fight for Keen Gaming to take if Newbee really gets stuck in as 5.
Yeah. They really want to fight around the Nether Ward too. It's like every little thing matters in like these type of engagements, so it's on cooldown now.
That's the full Butterfly, as you say, with the Mask of Madness disassembled.
He did do okay, yeah. That's why we saw him walk up toward that secret shop. So they could look to go for maybe a smoke play here, but it is under a ward at the moment. We've been seeing a lot of these. This ward in particular actually has been growing a lot more in that exact spot, just so when you are going to try to secure a Roche, you can see the Shrine TPs as well as just that high ground.
Let's see who can maintain control of this. The 2 sentries down from King Gaming, in fact 3 in Observable. They've got the favourable ward coverage.
and they're going to see the smoke.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Newbee does see Keen positioned there on that high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
I'm going to try for the wrap around towards mid, but scan will confirm the exact whereabouts of summon Newbee. As Kaka just goes to reveal himself down bottom, pushing in this bottom wave. They are going to know that they are away from Roshan. I wonder if the temptation will be there for them to get back in the pit. You can see MS trying to get towards it on the jar. He's actually so being...
He's pretty far up right now. His team is quite far away.
He chased down that wolf there.
That's the BKB.
Oh, he's out, but...
Now Newbee can just make their way into the pit with BKB down. They're actually going to look for a kill here onto Yuna first. And with no BKB on Gyro, this fight...
Oh, just get the blink out of the ball.
But there's no BKB now on Gyro.
Oh, he really wanted that dog of KP. But the dog survives, and KP Newbee can keep his puppy alive.
And look how fast Newbee kills this with the Curse of Avernus, as well as this farmed Luna. Yuna?
He's done it. He manages to get the kill, but he doesn't manage to get the snatch. Aegis is in the hands.
And look at this Gyro. He's dead.
Absolutely, they just melt here on Keen Gaming. That's 3 dead, soon to be 4, as Old Chicken locked down as well. It was a bold attempt from Yuna.
He got the cheese.
He gets the kill. Okay, got the cheese as well, but he didn't get that Aegis.
No, and I mean that play by MS was very questionable. Just having to use his BKB because he goes for a solo kill onto the Abba, and they may just lose their base because of it. That was super sloppy.
Newbee in on the mid lane, tier 3 tower gone. They're going to go for potentially tier 4s. They're saying we can force this, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be 1 buyback. There's going to be 2 buyback. Can they get themselves the 3rd one? There's certainly hope for. It looks like with the 2 buybacks, they will settle away from the tier 4s. Just go for the full set of racks.
Look, Dark is going for the melee racks, though, with this Pugna right now. It's down to 300. Kaka's just watching him do this.
He's going to get it, isn't he?
I mean, Newbee's taking the second set bottom, though. What a game. What is that game?
All right, there we go. They got it. Oh, Eon disc, mate. Dark.
He gets the melee at least.
He got it. He got those melee racks.
But now the shards actually protect Newbee to get away at the moment now. When you're playing versus Luna lineups, and they're starting to hit your base, those glaives, that Lunar Blessing.
It's going to do a little bit faster than another blast.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, with 5 heroes hit, just a little bit.
That's a 14k lead for that Mjolnir on SCCC. And a complete Axe for Faith.
Yeah, they're
on his way out.
I mean, they're rich now. You just look at this graph. Like, the gold graph is literally just a straight downhill.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is pretty severe.
I mean, yeah, huge mistakes coming out from Keen. Oh, Newbee. In an incredibly comfortable position.
Nearly got the Axe on Dark's Pugna.
Oh, I love watching Viper when you have this attack speed. It's actually so fun.
How he flaps his wings.
Yeah, he had the Curse of Avernus extra attack speed too. He's just flapping away. Look at this.
It's terrifying. Just going to Satanic as well, queued up on the Viper.
I'm a big fan of Viper when you attack that fast. And now Keen, they've kind of like lost their window a lot versus Newbee because that huge gold swing. There's so many big items not coming up from him. Sure, Gyro's got like the Mjolnir, but you see how fast he dies when they actually just get the right clicks on him. Even like once Guardian Angel and the BKB's gone, he just melts.
Full Satanic on Mugi. Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
This Luna.
Don't know how you're gonna kill her.
Yeah.
With
there's no excuses for Mugi dying now.
Yeah, with Pipe, with Crimson God, with all the shields coming in, like. All right. Can Keen hold the high ground? Unlikely.
Well, they've got the full 5-man here. Let's see what they can do. Fortification comes out. The double Ags are there for both the Omni and the Pugna.
All right. That 9-second scepter duration could be pretty nice here.
Ah, there's the stolen GA. Comes through. Newbee up to the ground. There's the original GA coming out of Keen Gaming. They're going to roll forward, try and open things up, but there's Faith actually healing up Mugi there with the stolen life drain, and now they're just going for the epicenter on top of MS. That's the Gyro down and out for 70 seconds.
And that's probably GG.
Yeah. The Old Chicken as well getting caught out. He's trying to run himself back to the fountain, will make it, but the racks are destroyed. Newbee's cleaned up for the Mega Creeps, turns towards the Tier 4 towers. And now towards the Ancient, and without their gyro, very little that Keen Gaming can stop this push with. They'll try their best though. Yuna rolls in with the snowball, but a quick burrow strike from Kaka comes out. That's Yuna down. Dark trying with the life drain, but GG is indeed called. Newbee will take the game. A game that Keen Gaming certainly had their hand in at the start, but a few mistakes too many come through, and Mugi is able to out-farm and out-carry them all.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of mistakes, to be honest. They also just got split up. I think Newbee did play it pretty well. They were just able to stall it out while Mugi got incredibly farmed. And yeah, just, I mean, that big mistake there near the Roche is so costly. And I mean, Faith had a great game on the Rubik, getting the steal there at the end, having the Guardian Angel from the previous fight, and then getting the life drain, as you pointed out, to keep Mugi alive. But yeah, Newbee just, I mean, they just stalled long enough to be able to take the game versus Keen, and Keen, some sloppy plays.
Absolutely. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another unfortunate game for Keen and Newbee. So off the back of a bit of a rough start at the very beginning of these group stages, that's now their third win in the row. They're climbing back up.
And now what? Keen is
1 and 5?
1 and 5, right?
So
yeah. They are down at the bottom.
It's pretty rough for them. Anyway, we'll see how things go on. We're going to be back with some more action here in Group A of DAC. Our next game, do we know what it is? It's Optic, right?
It is. I think it is the Optic game,
versus Liquid,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we are ready for Optic Liquid in a few minutes.